Guys, when I received this keyboard, I made a technical review here on my channel showing all the technical aspects from this keyboard. We've opened the keyboard, we saw all the foams inside, all the construction. We spoke a lot about all the technicalities on this keyboard, but at that time it was an unboxing, and what I didn't made was a real usage of the keyboard. And this is what I've been doing for the last few days, for an entire week, from Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, as my main driver, the only keyboard on my desk. And today I will bring you all the main points from this keyboard, everything you need to know, all the positive, and if we have any negative on this keyboard, you will know with this video. So, welcome back to Passaia's channel. If you already know me, Hadouken on the like button of this channel. Leave your comment to help, subscribe if you don't know me yet. If in this video, somewhere in time, you found it informative, you know what to do. Now let's go straight to the video. Guys, I've been using this keyboard as my main and only keyboard, to be honest, for the last 5 days, from Monday to Friday. And today I want to bring you all the conclusions. This is, I will say, an intermediate range keyboard. It's not a pro keyboard, it's not the perfect keyboard. You have better keyboards than this one, like those I have in the back. They are aluminum keyboard or aluminium keyboard, and they are better than this one, but they cost like 2 or 3 times more than this keyboard here. So this one, for less than $50, is one of the best out there. And today I will explain you why. And why, if you are looking for an intermediate keyboard, you should consider this guy here, because it's pretty good. So first things first, about the body of this keyboard, it's really good, it's really solid. When you try to do some torsion here, you can feel the quality of the material. It's very good, it's very soft as well. It's strong, but it's soft at the same time. Here you have these roundeds on the side. I love it. You can really feel it's a good material they use it here. The fits, they are very solid. As you guys can see, I'm struggling to open it, so they are pretty good. One thing I like about this keyboard, selectors here, because I can access with my hand pretty easy. So I turn it on, and for example, when I go lunch, I just turn it off here. So it's very accessible to do things here. And I like the place where the USB connector is as well. So this is a very good case, in my opinion, for this keyboard. It's not that light, but it's not heavy as well. So around 1 kilo. Let's check. Yeah, one. Almost there. I almost win. Yeah, 1. There we are. I won. Cool. So 1 kilo you can put on your bag. It's not that bad. You can grab with you wherever you go. This is the most cheap version on the website, and the most probably chosen one for the color. I like the color, I really like the style of this keyboard. And one thing that I like as well is the most basic switches. In this case, they are the Leobog Reaper. One thing that I like about this switch is that it has a light deflector. I will show you in a few minutes. And because of that, the RGB light shines through very well. So as you guys can see, it shines very good. I've reduced the luminosity here on my room. And as you guys can see, it's really beautiful. I really like it on my desk like this. The RGB shine very well. Now, let's see the reason why we have these good lights here. We need to remove the switch. This is the Leobog Reaper here. And as you guys can see, there is a kind of plastic here that helps the light to shine through. So the lights hit here on the bottle and shine through this plastic. So I like this plastic here, very good. The switches sound good, I really like it. It's a 5-pin switch. So it's a good switch actually. So guys, the only thing I can complain on this keyboard, on this specific unit I have here, is that the switches didn't came factory lubed. They didn't had lube at all, none, zero. And I've lubed them myself because I like to do it. I prefer the sensation on lubed switches. So it took me 2 hours to lube them all. You can do it yourself as well. You can ignore because they are good even without lube. So it's up to you really. Talking about the keycaps, this keyboard is cherry profile, as you guys can see here. You can't go wrong with cherry profile. It's very conservative. I like it. I like cherry profile style. They are pretty good, honestly. I like them. They are good, in fact. It's a PBT double shot keycap with a good sensation here. And the amount of material they added on this keycap, it's pretty good. So I will show you here. The amount of material they added to the keycap is good. As you guys can see, 1.7. So they are not thin. You have a lot of material here, which will help your keyboard to sound better. Talking about the stabilizers, they are good as well. They are basic stabilizers, but they do the work. They came factory lubed, so that was really good. And I actually like the stabilizers. And talking about the construction of this keyboard, on a previous video I took a lot of time to disassemble, open the keyboard, look all the inside, looking all the foams here. You can see my previous video. But in fact guys, on that video I spent a lot of time to open the keyboard, and it was in vain. Because honestly, this keyboard has a lot of layers of isolation, foams layer inside. It's really good. You have nothing to do here. I just open it, look at all the foams. Okay, why I lost my time on it. And then I put everything together, close the keyboard, and here we are. So it is perfect from factory. You have a good gasket mount sensation. It sounds good as well. Nothing to do. Don't lose your time. I will show you here on this video. You have this foam between this polycarbonate plate and the PCB. You have a foam here. You have a foam above the PCB as well. Very good. And here below the PCB underneath, you have another 3 foams. So really nothing to do here, guys. You don't need to do anything. Use as it is. One thing that I really love about this keyboard is the battery life. As you guys can see, I hold function B and it shows the light up to 6, if I'm not wrong. This is the battery right now, so 60%. As I told you guys, I've used it for 5 days with the RGB like this on the max, shining very well. So it's a very good battery. It's impressive, to be honest, because you will be able to use this keyboard probably for 10 days at least with the RGB on max. And if you reduce the lights or don't use lights at all, it will probably last for a month or more. So it's pretty good. Talking about shortcuts here, function down, you reduce the light. Function up, you increase the light. Function left, you reduce the speed of the effect. Function right, you increase the speed. Function slash here, you change the effects. Function this shift, you change the effects on this light bar here. Function F10, mute the sound. F11, reduce the sound. F12, increase the sound. This button has two functions. On this mode, it's increasing and decreasing the volume on the computer. But if I hold it for 3 seconds, it will then reduce the light and increase the light of the keyboard. So it's pretty good, honestly. And another important shortcuts, function Q, it's Android mode. Function W, it's Windows. Function E, it's Mac mode. Function this key is the Wi-Fi mode with the dongle. Function 1, Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2, Bluetooth 3, and function 4, wired mode with the cable. So I found out all the shortcuts amazing. And guys, talking about the software, this is not VIA, does not support the open source VIA software. This software is from Aula, is for this keyboard specifically. This software is good, is one of those generic softwares, basically the same software that we see on other keyboards. Here you can create a profile. So for example, if you play games, you can have one profile, and if you work in the office, you can have a different profile. For example, here you can see all the information about the keyboard, like the firmware, the software version. You can start this application with Windows, change sensibility, the bounce. Here you can change the sleep time, you can reset the keyboard, upgrade the firmware, something that I don't recommend really. I do never do that unless I have a critical problem with the keyboard already. Here you can change the lights, something that you can do on the keyboard as well. But for example, if I came here on raindrops, for example, and I click on save button, you will see it applied to the keyboard right now. Here you have the macro panel where you can create combination of keys to do some commands on the computer. And that's basically it. About the polling rate, Epomaker Aula says it's 1000 Hz. So it's good for gaming. You can play all the games you want on it, but it's not a gaming keyboard. It doesn't have a 80,000 Hz. It doesn't have optical switches, for example, so do not expect a competitive gaming keyboard, but it's okay if you play, if you are not a competitive gamer. And guys, my final thoughts on this keyboard, I really recommend it. On the middle range of intermediate keyboards, this is one of the best out there. It's pretty amazing what this keyboard delivers for less than $50. For less than 50 bucks, you will not find anything much better than this. It's really one of the best out there. You have PBT double shot keycaps, cherry profile, very good. The amount of material on the keycaps, the sensation is pretty good. This plastic here, it's solid and it's soft at the same time. You have a good sensation here, so it's well constructed. The switches, they are pretty good. In this case, it does not came pre-lubed from factory. Unfortunately, I have to do it myself, but you can use as it is, or maybe you will be luckier than me and you will get yours pre-lubed. The RGB light is very beautiful. You have 3 modes with up to 3 devices on the Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz on USB here, and the wired mode with cable. Everything you are looking from a modern and good keyboard you will find here. It sounds good, it has a good sensation on the keycaps, it has a lot of foams inside. I mean, for 50 bucks, oh man, it's so good. I really recommend this keyboard. If you are looking for an intermediate good guy, pick this one. You will not regret. You have my word. Now guys, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, leave your comment. See you in the next one. Peace.